Let's try to figure out if you can own copyright to ChatGPT output. What do you have to do? We'll look at their terms of use and discuss copyright law. So, the terms of use in section 3, they tell you, as between the parties and to the extent permitted by law, you own all input, and they assign you all of its right, title, and interest in and to the output. So you can use it for pretty much whatever purpose. And then they caution that there could be similarity between the output. It's asking you what color, you're asking it what color is the sky. Output will be more or less similar and is not always accurate. So how does that tie into the copyright law then? Let's talk about that. Copyright law is unambiguous that you have to be a human to own copyright. And this is after this monkey took selfies with photographer's camera. PETA sued the photographer, claiming that monkeys should get the copyright. Finally, it is settled that you have to be a human to own copyright. Does that mean that you cannot own copyright to chatbot output? No, because you can make derivative works, you can make transformative works that are already different enough to where you get the rights to the whole thing, even though your input is minimal. So the copyright law says, even though, yes, there has to be an element of human creativity, what it actually is minimal. And this is evident in art appropriation cases. Maybe you remember some of those photos where somebody like Prince here is adding a little bit of his own crap to a great photo, or he would rephotograph people's Instagram posts and then show them, make exhibit out of them, sell them for way more money than the actual photographers because of all the free press, and 100% legally got the copyright to the whole thing. And it's like this in text output cases where the phone book company gets copyright to the phone book even though it gets data from somewhere else, just like what we have in the generative AI, which is one of the problems now, is they're getting sued for training their models on copyrighted stuff. And the point is, with minimum human input, you can own vast amounts of AI output. Especially if you modify it, well, in fact, you should modify it enough to where it's original. Add annotations, incorporate it into your own human output. Now, you can even spin one bot with another bot. Like, let's say you have ChatGPT output, you put it into Claude, and the more creative your prompts are, the more of that human element you're satisfying, reformatting, reorganizing, tweaking the AI parameters, which is what I just mentioned, combining multiple pieces, spinning them as much as you can, while of course maintaining creativity. Add your own unique commentary, which, as we saw, doesn't have to be much of a commentary for you to legally steal other people's stuff, and especially when the terms of use already permit it. when they do, it means your level of creativity has to be even lower. It doesn't have to transform the original work, which would have been the case if you didn't have any permission. But if you do, then you can merely create a derivative work, which basically means just a little bit of your own creative input. And that'll do it. So it's a gray area as of today. We don't have too many AI copyright cases. ChatGPT, OpenAI is getting sued, massive class actions, and a lot of those questions will be answered as to how much is it exactly do you have to tweak. Can you spin one bot with the other and call this your creative human input? But the state of copyright law, as it applies to other text and graphic output, tells me that it really shouldn't take much to be able to copyright AI-generated novels, dissertations, your own versions of Wikipedia, things like this. So exciting times we live in, and we'll just follow the regulator, see what they decide eventually.